Hello everyone. So yeah, this is what my voice sounds like. And as you see in the thumbnail, I'm going to be reviewing the latest installment of the Jurassic World franchise, Jurassic World Rebirth. I was recommended this movie by Meteor Monkey, so I'm going to start off spoiler free, then get into spoilers at the end of the video. So let's get started. For this review, I'm going to be talking about four main things: cast, action, plot, and ending. The ending will have some spoilers, but I will give you another warning later on. First, we're going to start off with cast. So obviously there's a big cast in most movies, but I'm going to be talking about the three I feel were the main characters and deserve a good shout out. So starting off, we have the main character, Zora Bennett, played by Scarlett Johansson. You may know her as Black Widow, most famously from the MCU. I think she did a great job in this movie. I feel it was a good start to her introduction into this Jurassic World universe. And, oh, by the way, I'm just going off my own thoughts for this video. Probably going to make more scripts later on. And I think, so in the movie she played kind of like a special agent of sort who does missions for the government. And I feel the whole plot concept, we'll get onto that more later, but the whole plot concept kind of played out well with like how she portrayed one of these agents, because she had a big heart still, and she was compassionate, kind, but she still had like a serious kind of motto toward her, which I really liked. Next we have Jonathan Bailey, who played Dr. Henry, and he's kind of like the quirky nerd of this movie. He gets drafted along onto the mission, which is quite interesting. Especially, I wouldn't call this a spoiler, but they keep having the reference of him with his Altoids, I believe, where it's like a gag for the comedy, and I feel his portrayal was pretty good with the way he sincere, quirky, but still you could tell he had a motto for staying alive and getting the stuff they need, and yeah, pretty good. We have Mahershala Ali, sorry if I mispronounced his name, and he plays Duncan. He's kind of like a freelancer who knows Zora Bennett for a while, and she kind of drafts him on into the mission because you can tell he's tough, he's noble, and he's brave. I recently watched Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, and I noticed him in that movie, which was cool. But getting back to Jurassic World Rebirth, I feel he did a great job. At the end, there was something that I really felt really defined him, which I'll talk to in the spoiler part of the video, and I think I liked him most out of the three main people in the cast. So yeah, that's it for the cast part. Give me some feedback, would be helpful, and I would love to hear your comments on the cast in the comments, and if you think anyone stood out to you in the movie. Next, we're moving on to plot. Yeah, next we're moving on to plot. I'll put the trailer on right now from Universal Pictures to help you get a visual. So basically, the three main people that go on a mission are Duncan, Zora Bennett, and Dr. Henry, who I explained earlier. And they're trying to receive three different types of dino DNA from an island off, I think, the Caribbean, down south. And they need to extract 3 vials of DNA in order to make a life-saving medicine for life-saving medicine to help those in need. And they're presented with a tough mission to go back to a dangerous island where no one survived. And the first part of the movie, it starts off with like a Snickers bar. I won't spoil it too much, but basically something bad happens and everything goes haywire, and then a big dino gets out. Boom. That's a minor spoiler, and but it's not too big, don't worry. And so they have to get 3 different types of dino DNA. I believe one's from a hybrid mosasaurus, one's from a pterodactyl, and then I forgot the name of the other one, but it's like a tall one with like a long tail. But the thing about this island is it's mutations of dinosaurs, not normal ones. So boom, makes the movie harder. And yeah, I feel the plot was good, but I felt the pacing could be a bit slow at times. And once the action starts kicking in, the movie kind of splits off into 2 separate side plots. One with the main characters, and of course, and then another, as you seen from the trailer, a group of kids. I won't spoil that part, but yeah. So the plot, I would say overall, I would rate it probably 7.6 out of 10, because I liked the concept overall, but I felt the pacing could be a bit slow at times or a bit too fast. And based on the runtime, I feel it did good, but I can definitely tell there could have been a bit more runtime in order to fully explain some parts. But yeah, overall 7.6 out of 10. Next, we're going to get into the action, of course, with the dinosaurs. Okay, for the third category we're moving on to is action. So, of course, everyone knows Jurassic World, Jurassic Park fans. A big part of the movie is dinosaur action. And I could say this movie did the job. So, I feel there's big action parts, of course, during the DNA extractions, which was quite enjoyable. And then the big dinosaur on the poster that I put in the thumbnail, I don't really know what its name was, but it was like a fusion of xenomorph and like a T-Rex kind of. And that dinosaur is so cool. I mean, it was a great addition to the franchise. And I feel the action, it was pretty good. I watched it in Dolby Cinema, and when dinosaurs approached from like behind, I felt like it was behind me. So I say the action was top notch. I mean, there could have been a bit more at some parts, but I feel the job of dinosaur action was well done in this movie. So I would give it an 8.4 out of 10, because I feel, actually no, I'll bump it up to an 8.7 out of 10, because there was some parts where it kind of went through quickly, but I feel the new dinosaurs were a great addition to the cast. And sorry about the stumble there. And I feel action was solid 8.7 out of 10. And finally, we're going to move into the ending. Okay, this is your chance to click off if you haven't seen the movie, because we're about to talk about spoilers. I'll give you a chance to click off if you need to. Okay, so the ending, of course they got the DNA, but I forgot his name, but there was an evil guy who was with them on the trip, and he of course was in this for the money, but that means only rich people would get the medicine. So they, Dr. Henry and Zor were kind of faced with the decision to either release it to the general public for free or to get it fall in for the money trick. And in the end, the bad guy, he got eaten by a dinosaur. Much big surprise. I mean, I thought it was quite funny. He drove a Jeep and then the xenomorph dinosaur just chopped him up. And so once they got this group of kids and their dad and their boyfriend, so there's a dad, a daughter who had a boyfriend with them, and a younger daughter. So they were there with them too, which was part of the side plot, which I didn't explain earlier. But so basically they were going on a trip across to go to New York, I believe, so they could go to a university, or so his daughter could attend a university. Sorry about the stumble again, going just off my thoughts. And I believe, yeah, at the end, they all reunited at a helicopter pad because Zor would have a escape vehicle coming for them at a certain point, but they would only have 10 minutes till extraction. And there, like, a big dinosaur action happened. So the xenomorph dinosaur went there, and then there's raptors that kind of disrupted their mission. So they had to go down through the vents into the docks, and then the bad guy got eaten. So once they got to the boat, the xenomorph dinosaur followed them there. So this is where Duncan's personality really shined for me, because he made a noble sacrifice to lead the dinosaur away with the flare. So he swam away with it from the docks, leading the dinosaur away, allowing them to escape. But at the I believe 5 minutes later, it reveals that he's still alive, and then they go pick him up, and then boom, ending. They drive back home, and the Jurassic World theme plays. So everything goes well, kind of. Of course, with members lost along the way, but it's classic dinosaur action. So the ending, I honestly liked it. So I would give it. I've seen better endings, but considering I'm ranking this based off of Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 because I feel it did it well, better than Jurassic World Dominion, which kind of was a mess, but I still enjoyed it. Maybe I'll make a ranking on that later. So 9 out of 10. So there you go, my first film review. So I'm planning to actually go off scripts this time, and of course I might have made mistakes with my stumbling, because I'm not perfect. And so overall, the movie, adding up my scores from plot, action, and ending, overall it's about an 8.4 out of 10. So hope you guys enjoyed the review. Comment down below any suggestions for more, any thoughts on the movie, and any way I could do a bit better on my film production. Of course, I'm doing this on my phone, and most importantly, have a great day. Goodbye.